to a very special Big Brother Canada postseason show with Jackie. Oh my god, you guys, this is going to be such a fun show where we're taking your questions live. But first, let me let you guys all know, if you want to see any of our shows back with the previous house guests, you can check them out at yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. Or if you want to watch us do these shows live and you're watching this later, head over to yourrealityrecaps.com/younow and become a fan. Then you can chat in the chat room, watch live, ask your questions all during the shows, or become a subscriber for a ton of other cool benefits that you guys get. Lastly, if you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron. You get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways just for patrons, your questions asked the reality stars, and it helps us bring you guys more content all year long. Big Brother 19 is right around the corner. Or you can do a one-time donation over at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. Now, let's get to the lady you all want to hear from. It is Jackie.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Hi, Jackie. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
You are doing good. Are you enjoying post Big Brother life?
Yes, I am. I'm happy to be back home. I'm happy to see my friends and my family and just kind of be back in normal reality.
real reality. And
yes.
well, actually, you know what? I'm going to wait for 1 second on that. I'm going to let everybody know really quickly. Spread the word, everyone. Spread the word and tell everyone we're live. Square, megaphone, up arrow, whatever you now has made it these days. Do that to let everyone know that we're live. And like I said, become a fan right here if you're watching in now so that you can ask questions, get alerted. When we go live later this week, we're having Dre on, and Ika and Dimitri's, and who even knows, maybe Annetta and a Kevin this weekend. It could be full of surprises. The #1 fan on this show is winning Jackie's autograph that she signed in the bathroom with me. Yay! So currently, clearly, Chloe, you are the #1 fan. Now, Jackie, we have so many questions for you from a lot of your fans. I kind of want to just jump right into it, but I also want your reaction to the news that came out yesterday. BB Can is on hiatus.
I know. I mean, it's crazy to think that, like, I could be partially, like, the last couple of house guests to be part of Big Brother Canada. But, I mean, I'm hoping that it's just on hold for now, and I have faith that it's going to come back eventually. So, I mean, hopefully it's just hiatus for now.
I have faith too, but let's play devil's advocate, or let's play conspiracy theory and say, if it was somebody's fault for ruining the season and that's why it didn't come back, whose fault would it be, Game?
It's me, because I'm cursed.
No.
My curse is still...
Your curse has now cursed the entire show.
I'm so sorry to all those fans out there.
Why do you think that you're cursed, Jackie?
I never considered myself a curse until I actually came out and people called me one. I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's kind of what it was, but never intentional. I mean, I don't know.
Those people are what we like to call jealous. You're not cursed. It's just the way the little Big Brother gods cookies crumble when they eat them.
Exactly.
But we have to talk about your curse bed. We have to talk about so much on this show. But I kind of want to jump in to a question from Kelly M82, who wants to know, do you get along with everyone now that the game is over? Because we kind of saw in the house that sometimes there was like strained relationships that you had. And how is it like now being out of the house? Do you still have those kind of relationships with people, or are there any changes to them?
Well, I just came back from having coffee with Netta downtown, so it was good to see her.
Yay!
Yeah, I mean, her and I got together and just hung out for a few hours. I'm going to hang out with the whole alum in Vancouver on Friday, so I'm excited to meet them. I'm kind of Snapchatting a few people, but I've just been focusing on, like, saying hi to my family and my friends right now. So I'm still in contact with a few people, but, I mean, it's hard to stay in contact with everybody when everyone's across Canada, so...
Okay. I wanted to actually take a Twitter question from one of your fans who loves you, Big Brother
Hi,
Ant,
Better Aunt.
who wants to know, what was it like seeing that video from your sisters?
That was absolutely amazing. It goes down at like one of my favorite moments in the house. I was at such a low at that point in the game that seeing my family rooting me on and knowing that like I do have people there, it really brought up my spirit and really helped me for the rest of the time for my experience in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, this speaking of your game and being in the house, Alexandra P wants to know, you seem to have such a great friendship with Will in the house. Why didn't you want to turn that more into an alliance?
I think what it was at the time when, at the beginning, him and I got together very fast. At the beginning of the show, we called ourselves the Leftovers because we felt like no one wanted to work with us.
Mm-hmm.
It was working out really well, and then I went on the block, and then he was more close to Dre than he was to me, so our alliance kind of steered away at that point in the game. And then we kind of came back together after he, I don't know, like after the whole a double eviction with the 6 and everything.
Right.
But I mean, he was much closer to Kevin than he was to me. So, and me and Kevin had just kind of gotten over a little slump. So it was just hard to fully trust each other at that time.
Right. So you felt like his loyalty was always going to be to Kevin, and it wouldn't have really mattered that much.
I mean, I tried, and I wouldn't have put William on the block. I couldn't have done that, and I don't think he would have put me on the block either. It sucks that our relationship didn't just kind of escalate the entire time in the house, but I know he would have been like a perfect alliance member if we had to stay together.
But I agree. I kind of wanted to see you in more alliances. We saw you struggle with trying to kind of have an alliance that stuck around from week to week.
It was hard. I mean, I was in there at the beginning. I thought I had great alliances at the very beginning, but then people would just start leaving. And It was always the people I got most close with that would end up getting evicted. So for me, it's like once they get evicted, I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's like a whole new week. Now I have to start again. Like, who do I think I trust the most right now? Who do I think I can go further in the game with? So then that's what I would do. I would build a better relationship with the person I thought, but then they would go home. So week after week after week, I was kind of just struggling to find like a full alliance, and it just never fully worked out for me, which really sucks because being in there alone is difficult.
Right. I want to ask one of your more harder questions.
Okay.
I'm going to take it from MKTO Canada, and I know a lot of people kind of want to know this question too. Is one of your most popular questions. She says, since you said that Ica was the best manipulator in the house, why would you say then that you would have not voted for her, that you would never have voted for her in the end?
Because I felt like Kevin and Dimitri had played a better game. I would have voted for Ica if she was up against Karen.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else that was there, I felt like had a more well-rounded game. There's so much more to just being good at winning comps and good at manipulating and good at doing whatever you're strong at. And that's why Ike and Dimitri are great together, is because they kind of like fed off each other, and that's why they got so far in this game.
Right.
And respect to them for that, because I wasn't able to find that person to help me get that further in the game. So I think it's just a matter of, I felt like as much as she was good at manipulating people, I couldn't do it myself. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be able to vote for her over them.
Right.
I would have voted for her over Karen, though.
You would have voted for her. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about this for a minute. We had Karen on yesterday.
I know. My parents were watching.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So why do you think that you guys can go back and check that out on yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. Why do you think that you and Karen just couldn't mesh or couldn't make it work in the game or even seemingly after the game?
Honestly, it started like the first week where she accused me of lying when I wasn't lying. So for me, I didn't like that. I didn't like how kind of aggressive she was towards me. And from there on, I just tried to kind of stay away, back off, do my own thing, not get involved as much as I could. So I mean, it just didn't work out in the end.
Right. Well, I mean, here's what I say. I say this to all the house guests all the time. I really believe that you guys are all going to be friends at Christmas time.
Christmas gives a lot of time to kind of get over everything.
Because I kind of just want you all to be a big, happy family. I want you all to just I know tensions are still high because the show is over. And now I just think as time goes on, you're going to watch our Big Brother, and then it'll be Christmas and you'll all be friends. It's what I want for all of you.
That's your Christmas present
that is my Christmas present, and don't deny me a Christmas gift, everyone. Why do you, or here, actually, I'll take another question first. I'll go with, Salawa416 wants to know, which vet were you most excited to see, enter the house?
Oh my gosh, it was crazy seeing the vets come in. I'm a very new fan of Big Brother. I only started watching Big Brother 18. I've been a fan of Big Brother for less than a year.
Okay.
So I kind of had to binge through all the seasons before I got casted. And I fell in love with the most, really, I liked Netta and Cassandra, and they both walked in the door. So for me, as soon as they walked in, I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe we can all work together. I had high hopes, and those two just didn't clash very well. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I do wish I kind of got closer to Netta at the beginning of the game, but me and Cass had a really strong relationship the first 3 weeks that we were there. So.
Why do you think Netta and Cassandra couldn't get on the same page in the game so that you guys all could have worked together?
Well, the way I looked at the casting of the vets was they picked vets that were very great and strategic and manipulative and strong at their game. And for that many strong-willed people to be in the house at the same time, there's going to be clashes. And I just think that Netta was a very strong strategic player, and Cassandra had her, she was very strategic and very good at campaigning and everything. So they were kind of just on the same level, and I just don't think that they could work together because they were too similar.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, let's start here. Have you watched any of the episodes back yet?
I've only watched the very beginning, the intro one with the cast, and I've watched the very first episode. That's it.
Now, are you of the mindset where you don't want to watch any of it back, or you do plan on watching it?
I don't know right now. I mean, right now, no.
Okay.
But I think eventually, I'll slowly start watching an episode, but I don't know. It's just too much right now.
I always say it's good for some people to watch it backwards. I know a lot of people that are on the show don't like to, or need to watch it in order or watch it up to their eviction, and that's kind of ending on a sad note. But if you almost watch it backwards, you kind of start with your would say lowest point in the game, but then you work back to, oh, hey, we all came in the house, and you kind of ended on a happy note. I don't know. It's worked for some people is what I'm saying.
No, I never thought of doing that. I might do that.
Let's jump over to Maximus' mom, who wants to know, what was harder, being a have-not or being nominated?
Oh, gosh. Well, I had it, double whammy for it. So, I mean, I was on the block and I was a have-not, which sucked. Honestly, I think being a have-not, but maybe that's because I was so used to being on the block so many times that it just got easier and easier. But being a have-not, slop is disgusting. I'm so thankful I got that slot pass, and the last week I was in the house, all I had to do was sleep in that god-awful cave.
Right.
But
oh, so it is a cave.
Oh, we call it the cave, even though it's called the ball, but we call it the cave.
Because there was big debate whether it was a cave or a stomach.
It was weird. I know it was just like bones of some old huge animal, and it was very uncomfortable to sleep in.
It was a cave.
Yeah, it's a cave.
It is definitely a cave. I don't know who could think that is the stomach of an animal. Yeah. They are crazy.
No.
It's quite clearly a cave.
It's a cave.
Big Brother Ant also wants to know, what did you think of Dre and William speaking French in the house? Did you think that was an unfair advantage in the game? This was a big topic on Twitter during the season, them being able to speak French to each other in the house. What is your thoughts on that?
There was times where it was uncomfortable, just because you can kind of pick up maybe, I don't speak French, but it's kind of easy to see if people are talking in French,
All right.
So I felt uncomfortable at first, But as time went on, I kind of thought like, wow, like we're in Canada and we're so diverse, and to be able to have people speak French as an advantage, other people have their advantages. So I mean, I was okay with it by the end. Obviously, it's the same thing as hiding in a room and
Right.
talking like to the one person that you're talking to.
Right.
But for them, they could just talk about it wherever they wanted. I don't know.
What if Big Brother provided everyone with a French translation dictionaries?
Well, then I mean that would take away their advantage, and they wouldn't really be able to do much. But I suck at other languages, so I'd probably just be back on the same boat as not knowing what they're saying.
I got news for you. William tried to teach me something in French, and I still don't know it. I just had to simply repeat after him, and I couldn't follow it.
He tried to teach me his last name, and I still, for the life of me, can't say his last name.
I just do a lot of
Yeah.
That's how I do. That's French for me. Baguette. It's my French. Cindy, over one of our patrons, wants to know, what was something that you would change about your game if you were given a chance? If the time wrinkle happened again and you were thrown back into that Big Brother house, is there something that you would change about your game?
Well, it's hard to say because as much as I knew aligning with William would be awesome, if it worked out the same way where I was on the block with Cassandra, I knew the same thing would happen. So I would try to talk to Netta right away and try to work with Netta and see how far I could have gotten with her.
Okay, so more with Netta early on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, since we brought up Netta, another hot topic this season was whether Netta was a bully in the house. And I kind of, I don't know. I don't like the word bully simply because I think it kind of diminishes people that are actually bullied. And I think everyone signed up to play Big Brother. So it's hard to say that you're being bullied for something you signed up to play to win money on. But that being said, what is your thoughts on that being in the house with her? Do you feel like she was bullying people?
Honestly, when you're in that house, like you have really bad days, and personally, like I had a bit of anxiety in the house, and I know a lot of other house guests did too. So when you have a bad day and someone's trying to talk to you and I don't know, try to talk game to you, or you're just not there, I can see people snapping. I never felt personally bullied by Netta. I didn't at all. I don't know about many other house guests. I honestly, Netta is such a sweet person. It's just when you get in that house, it can kind of take over you at times.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then to flip it on the other side, people have also said it about Aika. So then would you say like the same thing then about Aika? Do you feel like that the same applies for Aika?
No, honestly, because there was a lot more that happened that I don't think many people know about. But I'm trying to get over it. I'm done. Like, it's a game. It's all over with. I just think there was a few comments that were unnecessary. And that kind of weren't related to a game, if that makes sense.
Right, right. Okay, do you think, so obviously we know that you have a good relationship with Netta now, would you be open to like a positive and a more friendly relationship with, let's say, an Aika or a Karen or these other people that maybe you didn't have great relationships with in the game now that it's over?
Oh, of course. I mean, the game's done. I'm not the kind of person to hold grudges. I think it's better for everyone to kind of just get over whatever slump in their life that brings them down. It's not good to kind of just like hold yourself there.
Right.
So for me, like I'm not gonna like just sit here and cry. it's not who I am. I just want to get over it. I'm totally game for whatever happens. I'm not gonna start making more drama that needs to happen. It's done. It's over with.
Right. I think I want to do a post BB summit where it can be like a giant ball pit and everyone can have like those little foam bats and you can like write your complaints on the foam bats and then you can all just like get all your aggressions out with each other in like this big ball pit and then it can all be good.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it would be awesome. And that's why like jury was so great. Because like, oops, sorry. a lot of people got all that out in jury, and it kind of just made the rest of the time a lot better for people.
Okay, so let me ask you this, speaking of jury, another kind of topic where people feel very opinionated on each side. Yes. Now, you were there.
Yes.
Do you feel that the jury was bitter or not bitter? So you say not bitter jury.
Not at all. Honestly, I was there from the beginning, and we had tons and tons and tons of conversations about each house guest that was left in that house. And we would go over so many pros and so many cons. And you had people telling this person's story, and you had people telling this person's game. And you got, like, if we had more information, it might be a little better, because with the 1 minute plea, we were hoping to get more of their game, when really it was kind of just the same plea that you would be saying for your final two. So for us, we went over everybody's game. I wouldn't say we were bitter at all. We brought up Ika's game and how well she was playing. We brought up Dimitri's game and how great he is at comps and all of this stuff. Kevin's game. While we were in jury, nobody's minds was set. Nobody's minds were set.
Really? Oh, well, that's good. I mean, I would agree. Like, in the beginning, I will say I definitely thought it seemed like it was a bitter jury. But then when it got more towards the end, I was like, I don't know. I mean, obviously we'll never really know because we were not there, and we're going with, the edit. But I do tend to believe the majority of the jury members that come on here and have been talking to us, I kind of think that you guys would have made a good decision. I mean, you did. Who would you have voted for if in the end it was Ika and Dimitri's?
I would have voted for Dimitri.
You would have? Okay.
Yes.
What if it was Karen and Dimitri's?
Dimitri.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And then, what was the other one that people were at? You got a whole bunch of people wanting to know where your vote would have went.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it if I remember what that one is. Oh, wait. Dimitri and Kevin.
Oh, that would have never happened, but I think I would have still voted for Kevin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I see why people, I do see why people, are team Kevin in that. I mean, I wouldn't have.
Well, personally, from my game, I knew a lot more about his game and where he came from. Where if there was more information brought into jury, and if Ika kind of wasn't so pinning Kevin on the bad side and just focusing on Dimitri, but trying to just bring everything together and look at the whole picture, then I would have learned a lot more about his game. But I've seen a few clips, I've seen everything else behind the scenes, but that's difficult when you're not working with these people and you don't see what they've actually done.
I think that is probably one of the number one things, if we could force the understanding of something on viewers. I think it's just very easy for people to forget that you guys don't have all the information. We all just take it for granted that we know all conversations, and then we kind of assume that you guys do as well. Or I think it's easy to forget that. And even in jury, you're only given the information that the people bring into you and are allowed to tell you, we'll say.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I couldn't imagine that it would be easy. Teresa L says, alliances didn't quite work out that well for you this season, but which one did you have the most hope for to work out?
The peasants. I miss the peasants. Oh, Bruno and Kevin, they saved me in that house. Honestly, they brought me up when I was super down. They, had my back for part of the game. I just wish that I had known about the 6. I wish they had been able to open up to me like Ika was able to open up to Dre. I mean, that would have definitely put so much more trust in our alliance. I wish that one had worked out.
Sparkly Knight wants to know, was there anything that you found out that surprised you when you were in jury? So when you were hearing other people talk about people's games, was there any fact or any bit of information that actually surprised you that you were like, oh, I didn't realize that?
That William won the secret power of veto. I had no clue. I thought it was Canada voting. I had Karen blaming me for it, and I'm like, what? No, it was not me. So, I mean, it was really good to find out that it was William, and it makes sense now.
Did you yell at him a lot when he finally found that out in jury?
He could have used it on me the week before, so I was, whatever. Him and William had a great relationship, and I don't blame him for using the secret power.
Right.
Yeah.
Kelly Capwell wants to know, where does Dimitri's licking your armpit rank on the level of your favorite Big Brother moment memories?
Oh goodness, that was quite that's Truth or Dare session. It was up there for one of the better moments. Like playing Truth or Dare and even the bottle flip with everybody was so much fun. So I had a few better moments. I've never had anyone lick my armpit before, so yeah.
I mean, not for nothing, Dimitri, you can lick whatever you want over here, but I mean, armpits are kind of gross.
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment in the house? Or if you have a few, you can give us a few, but I know a lot of people always like to know what did you consider to be your favorite moment in the house?
Obviously day 42, getting to see the video from my family. That was a highlight. Winning the power of veto. I saw that competition and I'm like, I can totally do this. So that was a great feeling to be able to take myself off the block. There was a day that we all played bottle flip for 2 hours and I had so much fun doing it with everybody. Yeah, I don't know. Those are basically a few highlights that I really enjoyed in my house.
I have to say, you in that POV comp and saving yourself, I was like, ooh, this is a hard comp with the ropes and the getting out and being tangled. And you were just kind of like, I'm done, everybody. You can all just stop now. I was like, where the hell did that person come from?
Oh, yeah, no, I saw that and I knew I'd be able to win this one. So I'm very happy that POV was there for me.
That was definitely a fun competition to watch play out. And congratulations on your win on that one. Akar, I'm going to say it's Akar, wants to know, did you ever plan on honoring your truce with Aika? And do you think that if you had, you would have both been able to work together going forward?
Personally, I kind of needed to use that week. And I don't think I would have been able to fully do it just with everything that kind of happened and just the way her and Dimitri, no one wants to get involved with the showmans.
Right.
Because they're going to choose each other over someone else.
Right.
So for me, I knew that they were two strong people and the entire game, I just kept getting used by people. I was just considered a number, and that's kind of what I saw in their eyes, was that all I was to them, really. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't betray Bruno and Kevin. I really wanted to move forward with them. What was the last part of the question?
Do you think you basically answered it. Do you think if you would have honored the truth, that you two could have maybe made moves together in the game going forward?
There was a few days where her and I would talk, and it kind of seemed like, all right, let's kind of play this out, see how it goes. But at the end of the day, it was just, I really trusted Dre a lot more, and I trusted Kevin and Bruno a lot more than I trusted her.
The thing about showmans is I completely agree with you. They're always going to pick each other over kind of that third wheel, but they're also a great big meat shield.
Yeah.
So they can see the trick is you have to stay behind them but close to them until you get kind of close to the end, and then you have to find someone else to take one of them out.
Yeah.
And then you're in the top.
Exactly. I could have done it, but I couldn't do it myself.
Well, you said that this was kind of your first Big Brother experience. Now, do you love Big Brother? Do you plan on watching other seasons? Kelly77 in the chat room wants to know.
I do really want to watch Big Brother 19. I'm taking a little break right now, so I might have to do a few catch-ups. I've got a lot of stuff planned in my life right now, so but I love Big Brother, and I think it's such a like a fun and entertaining show to watch. So it really sucks that it's on hiatus for the Canadian, but I mean, I'm excited to watch the US version.
US version makes your version look tame in Twitter postseason. I said before this season started, coming off our Big Brothers, I was like, I need a break. I can't wait to go head over to Canada, where all these house guests are all so nice and loving and caring about each other on Twitter and in the show. And then everyone just started killing each other all season on Twitter.
That's what I heard, yeah.
It's like gunfights on Twitter streets. And I was like,
part of me is happy that the US one's starting because it's kind of going to take everything off of Big Brother Canada 5. So. A little bit.
A little bit. It'll take it off a little bit.
Yeah.
Was there, I see Mini Manda Panda in the chat room wants to know, was there any other reality TV shows that you would have wanted to do or that you would do? So let's start with Amazing Race.
Yeah, I would totally do Amazing Race. That'd be fun.
I'm pretty sure somebody asked, I vaguely remember, who would you do Amazing Race with if you could pick anyone?
I think me and my boyfriend would rock it, to be honest.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
What if you had to pick somebody from your season of Big Brother?
Who would I pick? I don't know, maybe William, just because I feel like we would just have so much fun along the way.
I would actually like to see that. I would actually like to see you and William doing that together. Would you ever do a Survivor?
I don't know how well I would do in Survivor. But I mean, why not? You only live once, right? So why not try something new? I would do it.
I agree with you. I am very much, you only live once and try new experiences, but I literally throw a temper tantrum when I have to walk my dog in the rain. And I'm like, I can't stand this rain. It's windy. And I can just walk back inside. So I don't think Survivor is for me.
Yeah, I like food, so I don't know what I'd be eating out there. It'd be crazy.
Oh, I have no problem. I am totally a nice person when I'm hungry, so that wouldn't affect me at all.
I
know. Where was the pizza making? How come there were no pizzas being made? And have you made any pizzas since you have been home?
Well, in the house, they did give us pizza dough once, but I work at a pizza parlor that only does thin crust.
Okay.
I started off in the kitchen. I worked my way up. I've been there for like 6 years, and then I started serving. And so I do make a lot of pizzas, but it's a different kind of pizza, which is difficult. There were days where I would take the frozen pizza and I would kind of add my own thing to it and jits it up a bit. Since I've been home, no, I have not made a pizza yet. I did go back to work and I ate a pizza myself and it was delicious. And yeah.
See, for people who may not know, it's because on the BB Can website, the description for you said professional pizza maker. And we were kind of confused.
I get paid to make pizzas, so that's what professional means.
Now, you just said the pizzas were a kind of different when you make them. How are they different when you make them? Are they like the thin crust or the brick oven?
Yeah, so where I work, it's called Mianette's, and it's in Port Coquitlam. It's all thin crust pizza, and there's so many different specialty pizzas that we have. We've got like a Thai chicken pizza with noodles on it. We've got a Mexican pizza. There's so many different kinds of varieties that it's not just your plain and simple cheese or pepperoni pizza. Right, now I want a pizza. Yeah, me too.
Okay, I don't know if you can make this happen, but I would like a pizza named after me.
I could try.
My favorite pizza is grilled chicken, caramelized onions, roasted garlic,
yes,
and then pesto and like a stewed tomato with a little bit of pesto and a little bits of cheese on it.
You know exactly what you like for your pizza.
Oh, I'm a very picky pizza person. That's my favorite pizza, and I love a thin crust. So there you go.
So good.
I try and get places to name it after me, and they won't. I really don't do that. I don't know why I'm trying to make myself sound like I do. What was your strategy, going back now for a minute to double eviction? What was your strategy during the double eviction veto to compete and win that competition that you did win so quickly? Because, we just kind of glossed over that you went in, you killed it. But when you saw it, was there like, did you have a strategy in your mind, or how did you kind of tackle that competition?
Well, I mean, this might sound weird, but I kind of have an obsession with not letting my earphones get all messed up. So as soon as I was in there, I was like, okay, I'm really good at like untangling things, so I'm sure I can do this one. And as soon as I started going, like I had bruises all over my legs. I did not care if I was hurting myself during this competition. I was going full out. And I didn't know if you noticed, but it kind of like went around. So I knew as soon as I got my rope to the front again, that maybe I'd have enough. And I kind of looked at it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go see if this is good. And I kind of just ran for it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So then we know that you saved yourself that week, but then unfortunately, there were other weeks that did land you on the block. Kelly, one of our patrons, wants to know, what was your strategy to get votes the weeks you were on the block?
Honestly, every time I was on the block, the other person was the main target. So for me, I would kind of just pitch in people's ears like why that person is on the block. And I would kind of steer more towards talking about them staying and kind of like why it benefits them to keep me instead of them. So I'd kind of just go around. I wouldn't talk too much. I didn't want to annoy anybody. I didn't want to kind of dig myself a grave. The 1 week that was scariest was on the block against Cindy because, again, right before live eviction, it was like, am I going to go home? Am I going to stay? And luckily I got to stay, but it was more a matter of the person that was next to me was always a bigger target.
Right. Well, 100%. Why do you think that then on the week that you went home, do you think that you were the bigger target over Ica, or do you think that Ica just had maybe more control over the people that were in the house at that point?
I do believe she was the original target to go after, but in the end, my parents told me when they're watching that Dre had everyone all good to get rid of Ica, and then last minute she said, no, let's keep her, and then people said they're going to keep her, and then she tried to flip back again, and it just never really worked out at the end. And for me, I could kind of just get a feeling that something was happening, and I could feel that people were about to flip on Dre. And at that point, Dre was the only person that I know that was going to keep me.
Right. Yeah. Dancing Amy in the chat room says that the other week, Cindy chose to throw Ica under the bus instead of you. So in a way, that strategy kind of did work out in your favor. What was your? I hope it's not the not the one you won, but I did see a lot of your younger fans were also asking, what was your favorite comp?
My favorite comp, other than the one that I won, I really liked Heavy Rotation. That one was quite a challenge. It was a lot of fun.
I swear everybody has been saying that Heavy Rotation was one of your guys' favorite competitions. Am I wrong? Is not Heavy Competition the one where you all just held on and spun around in the circle? Not the Heaven or Hell Angel one, which is now awkward. I forgot if you were there for that.
I hosted that one.
Okay, that's right. You hosted that. I have a horrible memory.
Oh, good.
I'm surprised that people didn't like that one. What was it like watching everyone clawing their ways out of those boxes over devil bunnies and little mices?
Well, it was awesome to watch. Honestly, I was pretty happy that I hosted it and I wasn't playing in it. So it was cool that way, and kind of just, I knew I would have been able to do it, which a lot of people were like, no, once the rats came in, no. But I don't know, it's just something that kind of gets under your skin, and you're like, no. I'm here for a reason. This is my chance to pull myself off or to save myself. I have to do this, if it regards bunnies or rats.
I see Big Brother Ant in the chat room says, which costume was better for you, or did you like more, the angel costume or the big green ball?
The big green ball was so fun to have on. I've never got to wear one of those, but I think I looked a little better in the angel costume.
I also see Lost in King Cruised in the chat room asks, was there a competition that you didn't get to play in that you wish you could have played in?
Which one? I kind of wish I got to play in Flip It to Win, just to kind of try to get the brick money. That would be pretty awesome to do, but my memory and competitions like that probably wouldn't have gotten me to the end, so.
Right. Was there anybody that was evicted pre-jury that you wish would have stayed longer and that you think maybe if they did stay longer, it would have benefited your game more?
Honestly, Mark or Dallas, if they had stayed, I feel like I would have been able to have a better feel and a good alliance going from there. So definitely Mark or Dallas if they had stayed.
I stopped listening after you said Mark. I just went to that place in my head where we're married and we have little Mark babies.
Oh, goodness.
And they do little Mark things. And that's where I go, oh, yeah. Mark, was he not the best?
Mark is very sweet.
He's so sweet, and he does so much good for charity and for mental illness awareness. He is like if I could just create the most perfect person, it'd be Mark. And I'm sorry, remove the restraining order already. Well, we already asked that one. I saw another good question. Oh, New Jersey girl. Oh, I didn't pre-screen this one, so let's be careful.
Okay.
The game was so mentally taxing. Was there any moments that you could take a mental break and just enjoy yourself? Ooh, okay, that was a nice Jersey girl question. Was there any moment in the game that you were just able to relax and relieve yourself of the mental stress of the game?
Honestly, the 1 week that me and Aika were okay in the house, it was good just because I felt like I could kind of speak more, I could be myself, and I just didn't feel like I had to kind of hide and just kind of be quiet. So that week was took the mental strain off.
Right. I mean, I think Big Brother brings together all different personality types. And I mean, I'm sure I'm sure Aika probably doesn't think that she was I think Aika probably thinks she was just playing the game, which I know is hard for you in that situation to see it as something different. I think I would have felt the same way that you had felt in the game, because I think we're probably more emotional. We can't really... I talk a good game, like I would go into that house and play it super cutthroat, but I don't think that I really actually would. Somebody could just tell me one sob story and be like, you take the money and you have it, I'll help you win. But I mean, I think that, I don't know. Again, I just go back to, I hope that it's all going to work out for everyone in the end now that it's over. Maximus Mom wants to know, what was the first thing that you did when you got home?
When I got home, my boyfriend and I got to go to Vancouver Island and we got to just kind of relax and spend the time on the ocean and drink a bit, and we did karaoke. We just had a great time, and it was decompressing. It was awesome.
I forget, I know, I mean, I don't think a lot of people know, but I feel like even maybe Cindy was saying something about your boyfriend. So to make it very clear to people who think you might be on the market, Jackie is not on the market.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna have it in Reality Recap's wedding if it I'm trying to host a dating show game where it's gonna be like a love connection, and I'm gonna set people up, and it's gonna be the first Reality Recap's wedding, but all of you people already are in relationships. It's very troubling. Now, Alexandra P wants to know, now that the show is over, which house guest do you miss the most?
Honestly, I really miss William and Dre just because they're so far away. And I miss Bruno. They're all so far away from me, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to see them as much as I did for the past 3 months. So it's hard because you get so close and you build really strong friendships and bonds with these people, and then you go home, and home is across Canada for me.
Right.
So.
I always don't know why, because I went to Catholic school, so we didn't learn about things like geography. I always forget that Canada is basically just as wide as the United States, and you guys can live on all different parts. I think in my brain, I thought Canada was the thing that happens around Niagara Falls.
Yeah. No, there's a lot more.
There's a lot more, and you can all live very far away from each other. Well, I like hearing that you and Dre and William. I would have liked to have seen that alliance. I know that I already said that. Would you play it again? Would you, like, let's say Big Brother Canada was not on hiatus. and they rung you up on the phone right now and said, you know what, Jackie? We're going to compete with Big Brother US. We're doing a summer season, and we want you to go back in right now. Are you going?
No.
No?
I'm not.
No.
I can't go. I need to get back to normal right now, and Big Brother is just not normal.
Okay. Well, speaking of Big Brother not being normal, I want to ask a very normal and staple question of all of our shows before we start to wrap it up. Oh my goodness, we only have like 10 minutes left. Our town's question is there something that you learned about yourself before, is there something that you learned about yourself now that you played Big Brother that you didn't know about yourself before you went into the game?
Yes. I've learned that I can do things on my own by myself. And before, I was always kind of very close with my family and my boyfriend and my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd always do like big experiences and stuff with them. And this was the first time that I actually got to kind of take a step forward in my own shoes and do something by myself for myself. And it was a very difficult experience. And I'm very happy that I made it through it without having someone there the entire time and just having so much alone time and doing this all by myself.
I do also see, I love that. And I do also see, serious question. A few people have asked this. Do people ever, say that you look like, Bryce, the Bryce Howard, I thought it was Bryce Howard's daughter, the actress in Jurassic World. See, I almost see I always get her name wrong, Julianne. The actress with like the long red hair. I forget. Do you know who I mean?
I think I've gotten every single redheaded actress imaginable.
Probably.
I've gotten like a redheaded Taylor Swift when I had bangs. I don't know. I get a lot of people telling me I look like a lot of different celebrities. So I'm just sitting here like, oh, okay, sure.
Julianne Moore, thank you,
yes.
Mini Sarah, is who I was thinking of.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I think you definitely, I do definitely think you look like her. See, New Jersey Girl says, you're not literate to me, not to you. She's like, you can't read questions. What family member do you think would do the best playing Big Brother? Because we got to meet some of your family members on Twitter, on social media, or, in chats. Who do you think in your family would be the best to play?
My dad would probably have the best social game.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. My sister Monica would probably do decent, I think. Yeah, I think out of my whole family, I think my dad and my sister would probably do the best.
Interesting. I love it. Well, you know what I want to give you the floor, Jackie, before we end up wrapping up this show. I want to let you, because you do have a lot of fans. There are tons of people that are in here that did love your game, appreciate your game, and I want you to be able to say whatever you want to say to all of your fans. So I'm going to give you the floor.
Right. I just want to say thank you so much for all of the fans out there that were cheering me on and supporting me this entire time. It was absolutely amazing to come out of this house, get my phone, and actually see it in front of me that you guys were there cheering for me the entire time, and you guys had my back. There is nothing more comforting than coming out of such a stressful and crazy environment, and to come back and see all of the words of kindness from you guys, and it really, really, really touched a strong part inside of me that you guys were there and rooting for me the entire time. I really appreciate it.
Well, we really appreciated you too in the game, Jackie. Where can people follow you? Like, if people want to follow you on social media, people want more Jackie. Where do they go?
I'm keeping my Facebook personal for family and friends.
Good move.
I have got a Facebook fan page. I don't go on that too much.
Okay.
My Snapchat is JAX McCurrach, Jax McCurrach.
Okay.
And my Instagram is just Jackie McCurrach. If you want to follow me on there, I'm on there, and Snapchat most of the time. And my Twitter is Jackie BBCan as well. If you want, I'm not too much of a tweeter, but I do go and check that a few times a day. So.
We need to get you on the social media. Of course, I'll put the links to all of those things below this show as well. Congratulations to Kelly McCurrach, actually, who was your #1 fan on this show. So she is going to be getting winning your autograph, as is I will contact one of everyone that retweets it also. We also give one to them. So I'll be contacting one of you soon to let you know who won that as well. We will see you guys all back here, or not, I will see you guys all back here tomorrow night with Dre. So make sure you guys become a fan here on YouNow so that you get alerted when that happens. And then Ika and Demetrius later in the week. Do you have any question that you want me to ask Ika or Demetrius?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Ask them how their trip's going. It looks like they're having a lot of fun on their road trip right now.
All right, I'm going to say that it's an official Jackie question. This show will be up later tonight, and we will see you guys all later. Bye, everybody. Bye, YouNow. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody. Bye.